one of those classic D3 football games. Obviously came out on the wrong end of it this time around. Just like I said, our team, just the way they fought tonight, just continues to, doesn't surprise me. It's just like, wow, these guys are amazing. So I think there's a lot of teams that would have been in the situation we were in tonight after that, first quarter that would have folded up shop. But these guys just keep fighting for each other. They love each other, care about each other. Like I've been saying all year long, and that's what drove us today. Get ourselves right back in that thing and really put ourselves in position to win a football game. Certainly, hats off to North Central. They made some amazing plays in a timely manner when they needed them. Certainly stepped up in a big way at certain times, and our guys did too. And that's what happens when you have a game like that, a little back and forth, and right down to the wire. Both teams make a bunch of plays, and one of the things, like I said, we're going to be. Sure, a lot of people are going to say, hey, great fight, great this and that. I mean, it probably won't make our guys feel a whole lot better because they truly did believe that we were going to win the whole thing this year. That was the goal. So I told them, hey, it's going to sting, and that's a good thing. We're not here for moral victories. Our program's gotten to a level now that the expectation is that you're going to win, and that you can hang with anybody, and I think we've proven that all year long. We proved it again tonight. There's a couple plays here and there in that game go a different way, and we'd be sitting here celebrating and it'd be on the opposite end. So, like I said, these guys have done so much for our program. Our seniors done so much for our program. Tonight showed it again, what we're all about, and that's team and toughness. And just super proud of the way our guys have competed all year. And like I said, there's not much I can tell them to make them feel better right now, but I know when they look back on this thing that they touched a lot of people that have been Knights, over the years, and made an impact on a lot of people. And just a special team. So. Like I said, it was an epic game out there, but one we're gonna it's gonna sting for a little while. Let's put it that way. So I guess that's what I got for you for right now.
The way they had rolled past everybody this year, you're down 20-0. What's going through your head at that time?
Yeah, it looked like they were kind of rolling on us too. Obviously, I think defensively we got that first kind of 4 and out right away, and we felt like okay, we're gonna be able to hang in there with these guys, and we've got what we need to take care of business. Obviously they converted, right? They converted on that following drive, went I think 90 yards down there to put the first score on the board, and we just weren't able to get off the field on a couple of third downs, a couple of opportunities to maybe get in the backfield we didn't quite finish on. They put together a nice drive, and then from there it was the short field was what really cost us, right? We got the punt blocked to let them go up by 2 scores, and then a long I can't remember exactly, but then they had the other one was a longer drive too, wasn't it? To go up 20-0, we got them to third down and long, converted a scramble play. The quarterback was making plays all day. Got them to fourth down, throw a kind of a 50-50 ball up down the sideline, come down with it, and get that extra score there. So yeah, I think we were hanging right in there. They were, like I said, they were just making plays, and we needed to shift that momentum. And obviously, we were able to find a way to do that. Started getting some stops on defense. Settled in, stopping the run, and I think, like I said, after that first quarter, really held their own. I don't know if anybody has put that much pressure on that offense all year long, or maybe for a couple of years the way that our guys did. So again, really proud of the way the defense stepped up there after that first quarter and made some adjustments and really made it tough for North Central.
Oh, and I know you're proud of your defense for the way they played in the third quarter, especially. What was the key to, as Chris said, stopping a team that has been stopped a lot, and just what kind of flipped for them in that fourth quarter, 5 minutes left, back to the drive?
Yeah, I think we just need to make a couple adjustments, move some fronts around, and then we knew that we kind of were just doing our basic stuff, and we knew that that's what we were going to do coming into the game. Like our front was going to have to win, and we were going to have to make plays in the box. And I thought, like a couple times early on, like Coach was talking, like they had put that one really good drive together and ran the ball well on us. But then kind of once we made those adjustments, a lot of it was just like a couple big plays here and there. So when we were down 20-0, I was like, hey, like we're not really far away from our game plan here. We're going to be able to make some stops. They're not going to be able to convert a bunch of fourth down prayers thrown up, and then I thought we did a good job of executing that then and making the changes and then giving our offense the chance to do what they do.
Yeah, one of the things about our defense, like I said, in that game is we went into the thing thinking, okay, let's at least force them to have to make plays to move the ball. And I think we did that. It wasn't easy. Certainly there were some chunk plays, some big plays that happened, but it was their quarterback getting out and around and finding just making some magic happen. Or a couple guys made some tough catches and tight coverage. I mean, we forced them to make plays. Whereas we watched the film coming into this thing, a lot of teams were just getting gashed in the run game. They just run right through there, wide open receivers down the field, missed tackles. I don't think you saw a lot of that from us tonight. I mean, we controlled what we could control. We competed at a high level, and so did they. And like I said, they made a few more plays than we did down the stretch to get it done. And so like I said, hats off to them. But I'm really proud of the way our guys forced them to have to, make plays and compete. Where I know a lot of teams have done that to them this year.
Coach, you've talked a lot this year about fighting for the life of this football family. So what hurts more, this loss or the end of the ride?
Yeah, I think a combination, right? The end of the ride, because I know the guys that are sitting up here with me came back here to win the whole thing, and they believed that's what we were going to do. Okay, and I said last year at this time, hey, we'll be back, and that's kind of a big statement to make. It's a long road to do that. But these guys made me right, and they believed all along, and that's what I mean. That's why it does sting so much tonight, is because we really believed that we were going to win the whole thing. I mean, this team is capable of doing it. I think they proved that again tonight. I don't think there's anybody that watched that game that doesn't think we have what it takes to be a national championship caliber program. I mean, obviously not being able to line back up next week with these guys, especially these three sitting up here who've done so much for Wartburg football. That stings a lot. These fifth-year guys that came back, sacrificed so much, that stings a lot. I wanted to win the whole thing for those guys. I know our team did too. But like I told them down in the locker room, they've left this place better than they found it, and where we're heading is going to be, stand on the shoulders of what these guys have done for the last 5 years of their lives. So, couldn't be more proud.
Hunter, you set 3 season records today: rushing touchdowns, total touchdowns, and points. What was going on for you offensively?
Yeah, I mean, our offensive line was doing a really good job with making some holes happen, and as soon as we were down a little bit in the first quarter, but we as an offense knew that we were going to get a drive going and start sparking some momentum, and which we did. And I figured Niall was going to take it away from me with that first touchdown, but I guess he didn't get in, so he let me score for him. So then that I knew I set the record from there on, but I knew I wasn't finished yet. And it was going to take more than just one touchdown from me to maybe try to get the win for this team. But records are meant to be broken. So hopefully the guys below me, Dawson Rudd, everyone's calling him Little Turbo, and I have a lot of faith in him, and also with Joey Anderson and Bryson White and Ben Bryant. Those are some great backs that I have underneath me, and I think they are definitely going to pick up where I'm leaving. So can't wait to see what they can accomplish.
Coach, are you aware this is the first time that North Central had trailed in a ball game all season long?
Yeah, I knew it probably hadn't happened much, and we were talking about that at that time of the game. Hey, we've been here, they haven't. We're in a spot where we've kind of put the heat on. That was the goal today, was to at least put them in a spot where they had to come through and execute in a position where they hadn't felt that pressure before. And hey, yeah, like I said, there was a point there where we take the lead, get a stop, get the ball back. You're starting to see some, the momentum's all in our corner. They found a way to come up with the stop. And then it was just a big, great, amazing catch. I mean, I couldn't believe, I'm not even sure which wide receiver caught it, to be honest with you. It was hard to see from our sideline, but hats off. They made a play. Quarterback made a great throw. Kid made an awesome catch on the sideline. I mean, like I said, that's what we went into this thing wanting to do, is show that we're capable of hanging in there with anybody, competing with anybody, put these guys to the test and figure out and can they handle that type of pressure. And obviously they made some plays. So yeah, I didn't realize that they hadn't trailed all year long. I knew that they hadn't had much trouble. They hadn't punted very much all year long, and there hadn't been many teams stop them. And I know their defense had played well all year, and I think I knew our offense had a chance to give them a handful, and I think our defense did a great job of keeping us in it, getting us possessions, and it was like I said, just an epic game for sure.
Not only you set the season record in passing attempts and completions today, in addition to your 2 records you set last week. What's that like, knowing your name is at the top of that season leader list?
That's cool and all, but that goes, that's a lot of credit to my team, not even just the offense, but the defense as well, just because, the defense gets the ball back. They put us in really good positions to make plays, and then, the receivers, running backs, O-line, tight ends, all those guys are making plays for me. So a lot of that credit goes to them. Obviously, made some plays, but those guys were making the bulk of the plays for me, and what really, I guess, made that happen.
Chris, you've been at night a week ago. You know, I was here when you were playing. What is it like to take this program from being in the playoffs and have to get into the national semifinals as a coach and being a player?
Yeah, I mean, it's special, certainly special. I mean, I think it says a lot about what, obviously we kind of put ourselves a little bit more on the map, but Coach Willis, Rick Willis, I mean, the time that I played here, coached here, was all under him, learned a ton from him. I mean, he really set the standard for what this program is supposed to look like. I don't think he got enough credit along the way for where he really did take this program, and I'm glad that these guys and where we're at right now is starting to have people recognizing that, and yeah, couldn't be more proud to be, like I said, an alum, to have been around here since 2001 as a player, and then as a student coach, and then as a GA, and all the way up through working my way up to becoming the head coach. I mean, it's a proud day. There's no doubt. Like I told these guys, hey, it's gonna sting no matter what. I mean, like I said, get a chance to play in the national semifinals at home, do something that's never been done before, have the thing where you had a chance to win. That's special, and I'm hoping that we can continue to build off of what these guys have done, and at some point, take it all the way, to the top. But yeah, no doubt. Well, it's definitely a special day.
Hunter, you broke your own season record in rushing yards. I know that was a goal this year. What are you the most proud of this season?
Just as a team, I'm just proud of everyone that's a part of this team, knowing that even if we're down at halftime, like, we have each other's back, and that, like, no hesitation that we're going to come back and we're going to try to win this football game. And, even today, we were down, but we knew that we'd get the ball back at half, and we were going to score, and then it's going to be one touchdown type of game, and, it happened. But, just everyone having each other's backs and no one putting anyone down. Like, that's why I think this group is so special, is because we have love for each other. And that's, like, what's going to hurt the most, is that, like, just not another week spent together. But I will tell you that I will forever have 150-some guys as my best friends who I can call up at any time of the day for help. And I know someone will be there for me. So I appreciate every single one of those guys on this football team. And I know we came out with a loss, but a lot of us should have our heads held high, and I'm very proud of every single one of the players on this team. So.
Yeah, Owen, I've been to a lot of football games here. I don't know that I've ever seen this type of atmosphere at this field. I don't know if I've heard the crowd ever that loud. I mean, it was an incredible football game. It didn't finish the way you wanted it to, but what was it like just to be part of it?
No, it was incredible. Like, everything you could have dreamed when you go into a football game, and that's the reason I came here, was to be a part of games like that, and just to be able to experience that with these guys. And like, the thing I was thinking, like my tears don't fall today just because we lost. It's because like the last 4.5 years getting to be in front of Waverly, Iowa, and play with these guys has been like the biggest blessing in my life. And I can't even begin to put into words how awesome it's been, and the crowd today, and the students, and all the fans, and our families that just never doubted us and have our backs, and have brought us a lot of the way to where we are now. It's just incredible.
Yeah, like you brought up, I've been around here for a long time. I don't ever remember Walston Hoover Stadium rocking like it was today. And I mean, with the conditions we had out there, and for people still to show up and show out and give us that type of support, I think that was a big part of coming back into this thing too. As soon as we got some momentum going, it was cranked up out there. It was cranked up. That's what a great small college football atmosphere looks like, and these guys got a chance to play here, experience that, and it's one of those games. I think I heard it was after the Pac-12 championship game. I think Bo Nix said something about it was just a shame that game had to come to an end. Right? It's like one of those games where just the environment, the atmosphere, the back and forth, the competitive nature, the playmaking, all those things that were going on. You're kind of in the moment. You're like, man, we're in the middle of something super special here, and obviously we would have loved to have come out on top. But what a game, what a game, what a day. And like I said, the crowd and the atmosphere had a big part of that, big part to do with that. So yeah, it's special.
Hunter, speaking of that, drive with, I think, 11 minutes left, you scored the touchdown, so that becomes 27-26. There are other games where we're talking about that drive as the game-winning drive, just didn't come that way today. But what were you seeing in that final drive, or in that third-to-last drive?
Yeah, I mean, as an offense with the line, they're just encouraging, saying, like, this is why we came to Wartburg, drives like this, plays like this. Like, And it wasn't just me on that touchdown, I had guys I had Drake George pushing me, pulling me into the end zone, and I had guys pushing me to the back, like just everyone's hustle just to get into that end, like get in and score. It was just a huge team effort to get into that end zone and get us on top. But yeah, it was a huge momentum play, like you said, North Central hasn't been down, and that was to put them down for the first time all season. So I figured that we were going to have a chance for the defense to go out there and do what they do, and we were going to try to capitalize on that and try to score again and kind of put the game away, but just cards didn't fall in their place. So.
Yeah, I think that touchdown was emblematic of Wartburg football, right? It was kind of the ball stuck there about the 1 yard line, and it took the whole team to push that thing in there, and you just see a pile of black fall on top of all of those North Central guys. And you're like, at that moment, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. That's Wartburg football right there. That's physical, the way that finished, the way the things felt, the momentum of that play. Yeah, I mean, when we go back and look at that one's going to be one, we'll think about for sure. That was a special play.
To the three seniors, I'd like all of them to answer this. Obviously, it might be a tough question since you just got done with your playing career, but looking ahead, why can Wartburg football keep this sustained level with guys you got coming back? In your mind, what's going to keep this program at this level and the standard that you guys expect?
I guess, the first thing I think about is just the culture that we've built. I don't think there's a team out there that loves each other more than we do. There's so much, fight for each other. We're not gonna stop until that last second. We don't have any breath left in us. So, we gave it all, and I know that the guys that have that are going to be taking over, they're gonna build off that, and we got a lot of really special players coming up that I'm really excited to watch, and we got some really special coaches that are gonna help put them in positions that are gonna make them successful in the coming years, and Wartburg's gonna be back, so that'll be really exciting to keep following along, and just really excited for it.
Yeah, I guess I'd kind of say the same things Niall said, like the love that this team has for each other that he talks about. I mean, that's so real. And I think you've seen it in all the games where we've been down and just fought. And, no matter what, like, we're just going to fight for each other, and we're going to fight for another down, and we're going to fight for another week together. And that's always the goal. And that fight's going to continue, and I can promise that. And kind of like you were saying, like the guys we have some incredible athletes. We're going to bring in some incredible athletes who are going to do a great job to uphold that. And then also, I couldn't speak higher of our coaching staff. The love that they have for us and in the development that they put into us is just unmatched, and I've never experienced any. It's just incredible. And then I got the chance to look back. So when we were playing Whitewater last week, watched the 2019 film my freshman year when I was playing against them, and just to it was made me cringe watching myself and see the development that I've had over the past 4.5 years to see where I am now. It's just such a testament to our coaches and the things that they've done and the things that they'll continue to do in the future. So there's no doubt in my mind that Wartburg will continue to maintain that standard.
Yeah, definitely. With the guys that have been part of this team for the last 2 years, it's like a legacy. So they know what it takes to get here, and I think they're just going to keep building off of it. And hopefully next year they push through and get to the finals. So I'm excited to watch them grow and see how they lead after we leave. So.